Welcome, Minister Gordon. I am so excited to have you as part of this Massey dialogue on being Black in politics. And I want to say how grateful I am that you're making time for us to share your experience. So Massey is a place for ideas where we have lots of young people that are thinking
Mm.
about politics.
Okay.
And so I thought it would be just appropriate to interview different politicians about their experience in politics. So maybe you'd like to share a little bit what was your experience as a woman
Okay.
in politics, a Black
So
woman in politics.
thank you very, very much for this opportunity. I'm always happy to be a part of any initiatives that aim to inspire our young people in meant not just to work in politics, but in other sectors. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm Audrey Gordon, the member of the Legislative Assembly for an area here in Winnipeg called Southdale. So it's in the southeast corner of the city, and very diverse in terms of the ethnic makeup of the community. We have over 100 small businesses as well. So very much driven by small business and a very active community spirit, very close-knit community. I was recently appointed the new minister of mental health, wellness, and recovery. It's a new ministry that our government has determined is very needed at this time in the COVID pandemic that we are dealing with and the issues that individuals are experiencing with mental health and addictions. Not to say that it wasn't there before, but the pandemic has certainly amplified those issues. So I feel very honored to have the opportunity to lead the work in this new ministry. So in terms of my experience in politics, my father wanted me to be a doctor. I wanted to be an artist, and so I'm not sure if we've met halfway, but here I am, a politician. So I would say I fell into politics. I worked in government for 25 years, and during that time, I was given an opportunity to come over to the legislative building on a secondment for 6 months, which turned out to be 3.5 years. So my passion for politics, the spark was lit then, and spent 10 years working in healthcare, and became frustrated with the way the health system was structured, and thought, I have to stop complaining and I really have to do something about it. And so I really loved politics and paid attention to politics on the municipal, provincial, federal, and international level. And so I thought, I should put my name forward to run for election. And so the first time I ran was in an area in 2016, and it was in an area that the two leaders of the other provincial parties was running in, and I wasn't expected to do very well, but I'll just tell you quickly that when the first poll was done in the area, I was tied with the two leaders, and so there was a lot of attention paid to the work that was being done by all the candidates in that area. And so I was not successful. I came second, though. So just shows that hard work, perseverance, and determination does pay off. And my experience was actually a very good one, because it taught me how to connect with individuals one-on-one and how to work with grassroots organizations. And I had done much of this work in my occupations in government. So working with grassroots organizations was part of it. So my experience, although I didn't win, was good, because it taught me how to plan a campaign and how to work a campaign from the beginning right through to election day and beyond. And so I came back, just to shorten things up a bit, in 2019. And I ran for election in Southdale and was successful there. So my experience has been, I have a very diverse background. So I've worked in many areas, worked with First Nation communities, with ethnocultural groups, newcomers, and immigrants and refugees. I'm a small business owner as well. so understand the business sector. And so I'm bringing all of that experience to bear on this new role. So my experience has been a good one. There's
And being a Black woman in
Yes.
politics, did that matter? Did you experience things differently because you were a Black woman?
Well, I must say in a positive way,
Okay, good.
because I think there was already a sense that we needed to change as a society, that individuals want to see politicians and executives and board members that reflect the population, right? So some things in life is also about preparation, but timing. So I think there was already this sense that we needed to change the look of government, and why are these groups not represented there in the halls of power and decision making?
Mhm.
So I felt very, very welcomed by my community, by the caucus that I am a part of, and by our premier. And you know, I've never experienced that feeling of not belonging as part of the team. Now, I certainly faced some racist backlash when Black Lives Matter was underway last summer, where one of my bus benches that I advertise my constituency work on was vandalized.
Mhm.
And a racial slur was spread across the bench. But you know what I said then, and I say now, is that was the work of one individual. It certainly did not, it was not indicative of how the community felt. It was one individual trying to cause division and spread hate within the community. So I've been very, very warmly welcomed. Someone told me this morning that I'm not a shrinking violet, so I don't know if that's why. But as you know, in January 5th of this year, when I was appointed minister, I became the first Black cabinet minister in the history of this province. So being the first comes with many accolades, but it also comes with a lot of scrutiny and sometimes criticism. And so certainly I'm looking forward to the work, but I'm also realistic that there will be some tough times ahead. But my experience so far has been really, really good. Really good.
I mean, I think we want to celebrate this great accomplishments, and thank you so much for sharing that moment and that reflections with us. This is February, Black History Month, and you're
Yes.
making history.
Yes.
So, we want to celebrate that. Are you have you thought about the fact that, you know, we all know we should celebrate and think about Black history, you know, outside of February, all year young, all year long? Does it matter to continue to have February as Black History Month for you?
Well, you know what, I think we have a Black History Month celebration committee here in Manitoba, and they plan all the Black History Month events that are held in February. And one of the things and we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Black History Month here in the province. One of the things that they've done that I'm very pleased to see is it was called Black History Month Winnipeg, and they've now changed it to Manitoba Black History Month. So it's about the entire province and not just the city. And another thing they've done is they've extended the celebration so it lasts for the entire year.
Oh, good.
So it's not this one time. We'll talk about the contributions of Black people to Canadian society just in February, and then we'll forget about it for the rest of the year. Now we're going to be celebrating and recognizing throughout the year in different ways, in different sectors. So I'm very pleased with that, because I do believe strongly we must educate our young people, and not just young people, but when I read to the children in the schools in my constituency, even at the grade 3 level, kindergarten level, I try to find books that incorporate I Love to Read Month with Black History Month. So I'm teaching them at the same time that I'm reading a book for their age grade about Black History Month and the contributions of Black people. So what surprises me is that even when I go to speak to the classrooms where the kids are in grade 8 and grade 9, they have no idea about any Black historians. I'm pleased to see some of the schools are incorporating that education. But I'm still very surprised that they don't know about historians. So I think it's important. We need to do this every year. And if it starts in February, then so be it. But it should continue throughout the year. And we shouldn't stop doing it. No.
So, so you mentioned a little bit the impact of Black Lives Matter had on creating some controversy in your writing. Has it changed the way in which you act or you perform as a politician? Has it helped you, or is it what has been the impact? Do you feel the empowerment of that this is an important issue?
Yes, I do feel. I was there at the rally that was held here at the legislature, and I was so moved by the diversity of people. So it wasn't just Black people here at the rally, it was people of all different races and age range, and people pulling their kids in their wagon. And so I was so moved by that expression of solidarity. And so what it's done is it's raised the awareness and the consciousness of that we need to address these issues, these systemic racism, the discrimination. We need to call it out and root it out and hold people accountable for their actions and their behavior. And what has come out of this is that the Black community has developed a table of leaders. It's called the Black Leaders Coalition. And they put a report together that they presented to government about the various issues. It was lots, but let's say top 4 or 5 issues that they want to work with government on. And they shared that with our various ministries. And now we have an opportunity to engage with them in that umbrella organization to address those issues. So there are several ethnocultural groups and organizations representing the African and Black community, but now they have this umbrella organization that we're able to go to and speak about these issues and get to work on solutions. So I think it's been very good, very, very good. And of course, with me being here in the legislature, they certainly have a representative, and I liaise with the groups all the time and bring their concerns forward to government. So I think it has been an amazing opportunity for change.
Good. Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much. And we wanted to celebrate your accomplishment, this historic moment for Manitoba and for Canada. So
yes.
Congratulations, Minister.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for the opportunity. Thank you.